Hello, and happy new year. It's been too long and I've missed you guys so much. And today I wanted to jump in here and talk a little bit about daily magical practices. A lot of people don't know how to feel connected to their practice. I remember when I first started out and started dabbling in witchcraft, I got really excited at first, did a bunch of cool things, and then I was kind of stumped because I couldn't figure out what I could do on a daily basis to maintain my magical practice and stay connected to the world of witchcraft. It just felt like unless I was doing a big spell or a full moon ritual, I wasn't really doing anything. So if you are feeling that way, I wanted to make this video for you today where I talk a little bit about my personal daily magical practice, things that I'm sort of bringing into the new year with me that I'm going to continue doing on a daily basis. One of the things that works best for me is combining something magical with something mundane that I'm already doing. And I feel like that's the best way to kind of maintain it daily and still get a little bit of magic sprinkled into my life. For those of you who don't know, my name is Anastasia. I am a practicing Slavic witch and a student of all things magic, manifestation, and personal development. Most witches will probably agree with this, but the best place to start a simple daily magical routine is your kitchen. Kitchen witchcraft is simple. We're already doing it whenever we're cooking or creating something in the kitchen. So adding just a little bit of that intention and focus into what you're doing is going to add a little bit of magic to it. One of my favorite examples of that is, for example, if I'm making tea or coffee and I'm stirring it, I always pause and think about what I want to bring more of into my life. What do I want to invoke? And when you stir clockwise, you can sort of whisper into your cup or just think in your head all of the things you want to bring in. Health, abundance, love, peace, whatever it is that you're looking to have a little bit of more of that day. You can also do the same thing counterclockwise in order to banish some things from your life. Whenever you're cooking with herbs and spices, it's really fun to pause and think about what are the magical properties of the herbs and spices I'm using today. So as you're adding your basil into your dish, you can kind of add a little bit of more intention behind it and think about all the wealth that you would like to see come into your life and kind of combine the flavor enhancement that you're getting from basil with the financial enhancement that you hope to get from basil. Another magical thing I love doing in the kitchen that helps me feel connected to my Slavic ancestors is fermenting things. My ancestors loved fermenting foods, drinks, you name it. And I've recently learned quite a few of these recipes, and now I make them at home. Not only does it make me feel connected to the past, but it also feels very magical. I mean, magic is all about transformation. And arguably any recipe or anything you create is transformation. But fermentation has this extra layer of transformation to it. It kind of works like magic. Some of the things I really enjoy fermenting is kombucha and kvass, which is a traditional Eastern European drink made out of bread. Kind of tastes like Coca-Cola. It's pretty cool. Let me know if you guys ever want me to post a recipe of that, because it's super easy to do and it's pretty fun. So see if there are some recipes from your past or your ancestral past that you could maybe recreate at home to feel more connected to your past. Another daily magical practice that I'm absolutely taking into the new year with me is daily journaling. And that might sound cliche, but it really is so important to do, not only from a magical perspective, but from a personal development perspective and a mental health perspective. Journaling, it can have so many different forms. You could write your feelings, you could check in with yourself every day, you could follow like a 5-minute journal type of structure, which is kind of what I do. Either way though, you are ensuring that every single day you are connecting to your higher self, to your feelings, to your intuition in a way that people who don't journal just never get a chance to. And for me, it has been transformational. A big part of my journaling practice, for example, is writing down daily gratitudes. And that immediately shifts me into a higher vibration, if you will. It just makes me feel happier. And when you're happy, you are attracting more happier things into your life. It's kind of like magic. Another thing I like to write down is affirmations for the day. What do I need more of today? Do I need to feel creative today? Do I really need a pick me up today? Do I need to feel more energized today? Do I need some confidence today? Do I have something, kind of scary or out of my comfort zone that's happening today? I write down how I want to be feeling in present tense. I am confident. I am energized. I am healthy. I am having so much fun today. Just simple things like that. And I really find that it affects my mindset and works sort of in a magical way. Another thing I do in my journal is I check in at the end of the day and write down what went well today and what could have gone better. And I find that that's hugely transformational for me because it really keeps me accountable on a daily basis and helps me improve day after day. And of course, if you do practice any kind of magical things or spells or rituals or new moon stuff, I keep a record of all of that too to see how that affected me, what worked, what didn't work. And so journaling is kind of this synchronistic thing for me that helps me improve myself in the mundane and the magical world at the same time. Cleansing of negative energies. That is an amazing daily practice you can do, and you can combine it with regular cleansing, aka cleaning, that you're probably doing on a daily basis anyways. These things really don't need to be complicated, but just adding a tiny bit of intention behind what you're already doing and thinking about how it can affect you in a more spiritual way is really all it takes to make it magical. For example, if you're sweeping your floors, I always try to sweep towards the door and just picture as I'm sweeping, just visualizing all of the things that I want to sweep out of my life, in addition to the little dust particles. Whether that's toxic relationships or stress, just visualize yourself sweeping them out the same way you're sweeping the dust. A more daily thing is also every time you take a shower, the element of water is extremely cleansing, and it's associated with spiritual cleansing as well as physical cleansing, obviously. So anytime you're taking a shower, what I like to do is just close my eyes and focus on feeling the water wash away negative emotions and negative energies and just anything else that I want washed away that day. Just visualize these things not just flowing off of you, but flowing down the drain, and then really notice how much lighter you feel when you step out of the shower. By the way, if you guys are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to like it and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I really appreciate it. Next, let's talk about charging. You can charge regular, everyday objects with any energy that you want. So that could be something like crystal jewelry. I wear this necklace every day, but depending on the day, I charge it with something different. All you have to do to charge it is just hold on to it, close your eyes, set an intention, and think about the thing you want to charge it with. So maybe that's confidence, maybe that's protection, whatever you need. Just think about that and watch it kind of flow from your hands into the piece of jewelry. If you want, you can verbally say to the piece of jewelry like what it is that you need. But for me, I just do it in my head and just feel the energy flowing into it. And then it's just there to do that thing for me all day. You can do the same thing with just crystals that you have around the house. You can do the same thing with candles, especially if you're somebody who lights candles often anyways because you like the ambiance. Just think real quick what your intention is right before you light it. And fire is a very powerful element of intention and execution. So you could just think of whatever it is you need and light it, and it's as if that energy is out there now. We've mentioned this a little bit with the food in kitchen magic earlier, but anytime you sit down to eat a meal, just send a little bit of like health intentions into it. I want this meal to nourish me and make me healthy. That's all it takes. It's a quick intention, but it's going to enhance that meal for you and bring that energy into your body. Another thing I love charging is my perfumes or any kind of oils that I wear. I have a couple favorite perfumes. This is great, especially for glamour magic. So if you want to feel a little bit prettier or attract a little more attention or whatever it is, or be like, have your beauty be more powerful, perfume is a wonderful object to charge with that energy. And lastly, I do my oil diffuser pretty frequently. So pretty much anytime I load it up with new essential oils, send a little charge of intention into it and let that diffuse for the rest of the day. It is no secret that having a daily connection with nature helps maintain a daily witchcraft practice. All witchcraft originates in nature. So going for a walk every day, wonderful for you, especially if you like disconnect from the mundane world, turn your phone off, don't even bring it, just take it all in, smell all the smells, look at the trees, look at the plants. That is you communing with nature, with the goddess. Now, I don't know about you, I live somewhere cold, and going outside every day is just not an option for me. I mean, I probably could, but I hate it. So I have found that there are other great ways to commune with nature right here at home. That could include watering my plants and just talking to them and just pausing in front of each plant and paying attention to it, sending my love to it, thanking it for all of the oxygen and clean air that it produces for me. It could mean looking out the window at night and noticing what the moon phase is tonight, pausing to appreciate how beautiful the moon is, thinking about what each moon phase means and what that means for my life. Just kind of connecting the moon phases to my own life and seeing if there is a link with what's going on. Of course, cuddling with my two familiars, my kitties, is also a way to connect with nature. They are nature. They are wild, even though most days they're just sleeping on the couch and being very cute. But there's still something magical about interacting with them. And lastly, I want to say if you're still struggling to feel like what you're doing is witchcraft and that it's magical, and you're struggling to find that connection, a very powerful thing you can do is create a ritual around something you do. Rituals are so important. That's why they're part of any magic and any religion. Having a repetitive ritual around an activity helps you find deeper meaning in that activity. Something I do, a ritual that's very special to me and that has been huge in my spiritual journey, is I do yoga at home. But I don't just do yoga. I have a whole ritual around it, right? I dim the lights, I put on some incense, I light some candles. It becomes a whole thing. And then I get down on the mat and it's like I can close my eyes and I can smell the incense and I can feel the candle warmth around me, and it's like I'm transported into a different place. And then I do the yoga, and I'm not going to get into all the benefits of yoga that are both physical and spiritual, but you can imagine how this environment combined with this activity is something I enjoy. It's something that's good for me. It's something that's spiritual and magical and transformative. And so I don't know how to explain it, but having a ritual around something you're already doing, or maybe a habit that you want to cultivate more of, can be a really powerful combination. Think about having something like that in your life, and that alone can be huge for you. So those are my daily simple magical practices that I'm bringing into 2024 with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful or got some ideas out of it. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments, are there any daily magical practices you do? Is there something you are trying to cultivate more of this year? I'd love to know it. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.